Hello, my name is Charlene DeCicco. It is with sincere passion that I am eager to learn about people, culture, true history, and the overall human experience. Join with me as I embark on this journey. This is your Community Spotlight.
It's Shoda Jibalasha, we all get my Chilahu, Biashichidik and Ababa Itchik. My name is Christian Parrish, Takes the Gun, aka Superman. Come from the Apsalaga Nation in Montana, or Crow Country. And I'm a fancy dancer, as you can see, hip hop artist, you know, father, husband. I got 3 beautiful kids and 2 ugly ones. Hey, but we had a good performance. I'm a performer, so travel around and do positive work.
What would make you come here and be a part of this event?
You know, my brother reached out to me, DJ Two Bears, you know, and I've been knowing him since we were young fancy dancers, you know, in the powwow circle. And so I always have nothing but respect and love for him. And so any opportunity he gives me, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
And so we came over, he said, yeah, can you do a performance? We're doing this renewable energy, you know, it's a good thing for our people. And so I was on board right off the bat, you know, I was like, yeah, let's go.
So how does your family and support you, or your children look up to you in this role and all that you do?
Oh yeah, they support me 100%. My wife is here. I'm supporting her actually. She's doing a fashion show this Wednesday here for the Rez conference, and I'm really supporting her. But my brother, he came up with this opportunity, you know, and I was like, hey, we're gonna be there. So it was like 2 birds with 1 stone. You know? Yeah.
Music and dance is such an awesome thing, and what you're doing is taking modern music and old school music and your cultural music and putting it together. So how do you reach the children, or what kind of message would you have for them to inspire them?
Yeah, do a lot of positive things like sobriety, you know, mental health, suicide prevention work, you know. Along when you first start, you do it for the music, you know, the culture, hip hop and stuff like that. But as you start to speak with young people, you find out that what you have, you know, I never drank alcohol, you know, ever in my life, and you find out that that's something valuable, you know, to tell the youth. And so I learned along the journey to tell those stories. Yeah, it's powerful.
Can we ask a little bit about your regalia? I mean, have you done this yourself, or is it a family thing? Do you have people that gift you with items, or you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. The outfit you see here is the men's fancy war dance. It's a contemporary style of powwow culture, and in our culture, family comes together. My wife, the beadwork that you see, even on the screen there, she did the beadwork, and my daughter also did the medallion. So it's a family affair when it comes to dancing.
Makes it even better. Continue on the good road and doing all that you're doing. Thank you so much for your time. MHA Nation Parks and Reserve hosted the first hike down by Lost Bridge on the Little Missouri River.
Mary Fredericks, I'm the Program Director Administrator of the 3 Affiliated Tribes Parks and Reserve Program, and we are having our first official hike in our 3 Affiliated Tribes National. We're pretty excited about it. We've been working on this project for about 2 years, and we have a trail cut in. We'll be opening it via website. You can get permits on the website. We're very lucky. Our tribe purchased about 2,100 acres right off the reservation, just straight south of our reservation on the Little Missouri River. And we worked and got the land put in trust. And now in August, the Secretary of Interior signed a proclamation, and so our park is now within the boundaries of Fort Berthold, and we're going to be able to move that sign that says "Welcome to Fort Berthold" from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill. So we're pretty excited, and I'm thankful that our tribe is committed to preservation and conservation, and I feel like ecotourism is going to be a big thing. This will be a place where people can come and be introduced to the park and introduced to our landscape, the natural resources we have, start to look at our culture, and then they'll push in and go to the interpretive center, get more information on our culture, and just starting to educate people and become more friendly with our neighbors.
Hikers were offered blood pressure and sugar tests, and a water station set up along the trail, and even TAT Fire Management was on the scene.
Today we were just helping out with Parks and Rec and help getting things set up. Just helping out where we can.
good exercise, and I recommend.
Yeah, it's really nice to see that the whole couple of families went up there with the kids, and like I kept thinking the whole time that it's nice for them to be able to get out there, wear them out before before bedtime. That's a great way to do it. Get back to the basics again.
I would say just if you're interested, contact us via the phone and we'll talk. And their next big push is for our visitor center up on top. We're always going to work on trails and keep doing trails, and it's a development process. We're just going through developing.
Check out the website for more information and to apply for a free permit for you or your group to hike your very own MHA Nations National Park. MHA Nation is hosting its second annual MHA Classic Golf Scramble, happening here at the Talking Stick Golf Club in Arizona. This event is a benefit to raise funds for cancer, and all throughout the day, there are going to be out there 176 players, that's 44 teams, coming together in this room later in the day for an awards ceremony, which we are hoping to share with you live on Facebook. So please come back and join us. Over $60,000 raised today for this cancer fund. A lot of people in attendance here to commemorate and share the joy of golfing, but also raise money for a great cause. Join us back here this afternoon on Facebook Live for the awards ceremony and guest speakers. The Newtown Chamber presents Great Plains Indian Trading on Main Street, a valued member of the Newtown Chamber. Owned and operated by Ryan Wilson. Wilson and his 6 children have been running Great Plains Indian Trading since 2015. With many beautiful handmade and decorative items on display and for purchase, the goal for the business is to preserve the Upper Missouri's tribal lifeways, stories, ceremonies, and culture through Indian art and material expressions. Open from Thursday to Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Great Plains welcomes community members, visitors, and tourists to stop by and experience Indian country.
I'm Patrick Pacino, co-GM here at Four Bears Casino and Lodge. Welcome to our sports book and our sports betting hub right here at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, located on the Fort Berthold Indian Reservation in Newtown, North Dakota. First of all, you come in, you want to check out what games are on. So the novice, people that don't really know how to place a bet, we'll walk you through all the steps. You can use one of our kiosks. We have the odds boards up. You can take a look what games are playing, how you want to make your bets, mix and match, any way that you want to do. Stay tuned. Go to fourbearscasino.com and check out what's happening here at Four Bears. Either way, we got you covered here at Four Bears Casino and Lodge.
Attendees signed in for a fruit canning class held at NHSC College here in Newtown, North Dakota.
I'm Jessica Uran. I am the gardens manager for the Nueda Hidatsa Sanish College. Today we are making low sugar plum jelly. So you can make jelly, regular jelly, and you can also make it with low sugar content. The canning process can be broken down into different parts, which makes it seem simpler. You're getting the juice out of the fruit, and then you're cooking the juice down with your sugar and pectin, which makes your jelly. And then the water bath canning process is where you jar it up and cook it in a water bath canner to seal the lid. The intimidation with canning I know firsthand because I had to teach myself as well, and this part of actually doing it hands-on and trying it out and having somebody to say, yes, you're doing a good job, keep going, that's all you really need is a little hands-on, and that goes a long ways.
I'm Lisa Peltier. I work for the egg department, Four Sisters Garden. I grew up with my mother in the kitchen canning. I think it's pretty simple and doable in everybody's kitchen.
They enhance some sugar. Even our traditional foods like our Juneberry pudding, maju nakaba they call it, which is in Hirata a berry pudding. And there is no sugar in it. Today, some significant sugar in there.
This is one of 3 classes being offered at the college, and Jessica and Lisa strongly suggest anyone interested register and get involved. This is Charlene DeCicco with your Community Spotlight.
We are having our kickoff of our Elders Walk Your Mocks. So elders come in at 10 o'clock, they put their laps in, 20 laps is a mile. Get their bodies moving, keep them active, and then they'll come back at 12:30 and they will get to start eating a pair of their own moccasins that they will get to keep. 6-week class, and then when they're done, they'll get to keep, like I said, they keep their moccasins. We'll also have incentives, maybe some t-shirts, they might earn a free pair of shoes. So we got all the gals here, they're moving. Got some music playing. Well, we actually had one walking club prior, and we had 2 finishers who earned a pair of Hoka shoes. It's just to keep, the elder, we have one vessel. It's, our bodies as we get older, things change. So just to stay healthy and active and, keep moving. And one gal had mentioned today, she said she used to walk like 17 miles a day when she was in her younger years. And she would, she was like worked in the casino somewhere, and she said, now that I'm older, I don't do nothing and I need to do something. And so here's our, walking club, and she was glad that we started this. And she said, and I get to have, my own pair of moccasins. So it's good for them. I'm enjoying the first numbers here. I think we're only missing a few that had signed up, but, kind of all day, kind of leave it open. As long as the gym is open, they can come in and put their laps in. And
so I have been brought in, my business is Red Berry Woman. I'm a designer, but my roots are with beading, sewing, my cultural roots of thanks to my mother and my grandmother. And so because of this background, Councilman White has asked me to come in and work with the community members to make moccasins, or just basically learning to bead, something to do during the wintertime. This was our pastime, was to get together and bead and to visit and to, just kind of take that time to be close and to get ready for the summertime. So the elders today are making moccasins that I'm hoping everybody will be wearing come summer. So that's what we're doing. And then we do have other classes coming up at the end of February that will be more for the, well, actually it's actually open for anyone over 15. They can come and they can bead whatever it is they'd like, whether it's going to be a hat or a gown, or because we have graduation coming up. A lot of people want to learn how to do those types of things. So that's what these are for. We're just trying to make it a little more available for people to just start the process. Sure. And you never know, you might be an expert moccasin maker. You never know. So it's really cool to see everybody coming in and trying something and getting to visit and staying out of the cold. We have there's a pattern making, and of course I always tell people I'm not an expert at this. This is just what my grandmothers have taught me. So we make our patterns. We are fortunate to have one of the community members who she had a hide, and it's a moose smoked hide, and so she let us use this for the project, and I'm so excited because it's really hard to get a hold of such good hide. So, but you cut your moccasins out like Carmen's doing there. The ladies are now on the part where they're kind of getting an idea of how they want their moccasins to look, so they're starting to draw their designs. Some people like to make moccasins that are representational of the tribe they come from, and some are wanting to make some that are just a little more representation of their own art. So we encourage either way. But once they do that, it'll be the next 6 weeks. We're just going and helping them get that project done. And like I said, hopefully come spring, summertime, we'll have a bunch of new moccasins walking around. So that's basically it. So.
NHSC College hosted a microgreens tasting and demonstration event led by DeCicco, who encouraged members to grow their microgreens at home. This class allowed students to demonstrate and see what they need to do at home to have their very own microgreens.
Container. Yep. You put a substrate in it, whether it's this felt, clean potting soil, something to hold moisture and sprout a seed in. Okay. And then you'll take your seeds and just shake them out wherever you want on there. You just shake them out. Okay. And if you don't like, if they're too thick, you can add more. If it's too thin, you can spread it out a little bit.
I don't like
You
that.
don't have to worry about where they are. The plants don't care. That's my...
I care though.
Yeah, I know. So our type A likes to line it up, make sure it's just right, but the plants will grow as long as they have what they need. And that's just about right. So they're close.
Like I'm very even here.
And you can spread them a little bit.
Yeah,
They need to be close to each other, but not on top of each other.
Okay.
And then from there, you can use a spray bottle or a water bottle with holes in the top, or a gentle watering can.
Okay.
And get it nice and wet. That way the seeds can sprout. And then you'll find something to cover this with, whether you have maybe a reused food container that has a lid.
Okay.
A saran wrap. I found the seed stuck too, so I found press and seal worked better.
So you put them somewhere to germinate where?
Oh, so ideal spot is on top of like a fridge, a warm spot. And if you're using soil, you don't bury the seed. You just sprinkle the seed right on top.
You don't bury it.
Water it. They do need light to germinate. But on top of my fridge I literally crammed it between the fridge and the cupboard, and they sprouted in 3 days. It took 3 to 4 to sprout, so in another 4 days, if they're the easy ones, like a radish that grows really fast, it's ready to eat in 7 days.
I can imagine.
Once you take the lid off and you've got them outside in the sunny window, you need to check them twice a day to make sure they don't dry out. I've been watering twice a day.
DeCicco also provided resources and information regarding the health and wellness benefits of growing microgreens. Class attendees were given their own microgreen kits and microgreen seeds to take home to try the experiment, as DeCicco explained to them thoroughly in the class. She encourages students and community members to check out the college website or contact her directly about the next class or how to get more involved.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mortensen. I'm the chief dentist here at Elbowwoods. And this is our open house. This is the patient check-in area and our waiting room. And then also we have the optometry side of things there. Be able to look through the frames and different things, but basically at this point is where we would separate. So optometry goes this way, and then dental. So we have 11 treatment rooms, 3 of which will be hygiene. So it starts all the way down in the hallway. This is our pano machine, which is really cool. This would be part of a dental exam. Say if you had wisdom teeth that needed to be checked out, or you can see where the sinuses fall by your teeth. When I say hygiene, that's rooms our hygienist would work out of. So that would be your dental cleanings or your deep cleaning, and can come through with exams and stuff. So this is this would be our hygienist's room. So she just was getting that set up, and we only have one hygienist right now. Well, before we were across the river, just across from the casino, in a trailer, and we had 4 chairs that we had in use there, but it was a very, very old building. So this facility is brand new. We have wonderful windows to look out, and a state-of-the-art lab that goes with it. So you have to be enrolled in a federally recognized tribe. Nice, clean facility. Here's our, like I said, our new sterilizing room. We would love to have 3 or 4 staff dentists. So currently I'm the only one, but we're hoping that this will help recruit. Having a brand new facility, and these are a little bit, these can be closed off. These are our surgical suites. We're here to help you. So say if we have a big family that comes in with a whole bunch of appointments, we do have extra family rooms. So say if a couple are still in appointments, we could use this room. I started in June of 2013. It is a very big day. Yeah, we're excited. If we could be brushing twice a day, 2 minutes each time, and if we could floss once a day, that would be wonderful. Your gums and your teeth would love you for it.
Name's Waylon, and then I've been with Alba Woods for like 8 years altogether now. But yeah, we just started moving in all the frames today. We're still planning to diversify our frame selection, so like the Losadica stuff, like Nike, Coach, Ray-Bans. We're still in the process trying to get that next. Yeah, I'll be helping him with his eye exam, so I'll be doing the pre-screenings for him. Contacts, it's in the works down the line. We have a contact room, but we haven't set up a purveyor to do our contact lenses yet. Refraction done in here. If we need to see what the lenses are, a visual acuity field's in there. It's kind of like a really basic exam room. Yeah, when they opened up the new clinic, they did have an office for him, but he was kind of a second afterthought because it was kind of like more closed for him. So there was only the 2 exam rooms. There was limited space on the frame selections. And then we only had enough room for 2 employees, but now we're looking to expand. So I'm hoping that with the building open up and then possibly down the road we can get a second doctor so we can start getting these patients in. Yeah, just trying to make sure that the kids keep on their glasses. That's the big one.
The Newtown Chamber presents Four Bears Legacy Foundation, located inside the Edgewater Golf and Country Club in Newtown. Luis and his wife Marie have been cooking for over 20 years and recently partnered with Councilman White and Four Bears segment to bring their amazing home-cooked food to Newtown, featuring an all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet on Sunday mornings with many delicious breakfast items to choose from. They are also offering breakfast a la carte as an alternative option. A full menu is currently offered 6 days a week at the Country Club, including burgers, sandwiches, fries, and traditional, authentic Mexican cuisine. including tacos being served at the next Business After Hours presented by the Newtown Chamber and catered by the Four Bears Legacy Foundation. That's Thursday, May 15th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Edgewater Country Club. Stop by Four Bears Legacy Foundation for breakfast or lunch, and don't forget to register your business with the Newtown Chamber and be featured here on Community Spotlight. Newtown hosted their Christmas Cultural Fair at the Newtown Civic Center on Saturday, marking this the 31st annual parade of lights. Local and out-of-town vendors, community members, and guests all gather to enjoy the festivities, buy gifts, and share in the fellowship of the holiday spirit.
Come on down. Every time you bring a toy for Tots, you get a put in for a drawing for some nice prizes like jackets, hoodies, gym bags, turbo cups. So come on down. We will have some good prizes going on next. It ends on Friday the 13th. Please, Friday the 13th. But come on down. Bring a toy. Each toy you bring in now, you get each entry for each toy you bring in. So come on in. Chili Fry Bread over here at the tourism office.
Heart-healthy cooking classes are being held at the MHA Diabetes Center. This second class of 3 was a family-friendly class where families work together chopping vegetables, preparing healthy meals.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'm one of the registered dietitians at the diabetes program, and we're here tonight at our second night of cooking class. February is American Heart Health Month. Last night we had our adults only class. Today we have our family friendly class, and tomorrow we're doing our elders only class. So tonight we got a good group of kids here with their parents, and we're just cooking and practicing our cooking skills. All of our recipes are posted online. We're working on developing more cooking videos. Due to time right now, we're not really able to do that all the time, but yeah, just come to our cooking class or give us a call and we can share our recipes with you. Yeah.
We're making minestrone soup, and we're cutting up vegetables and letting the onions and garlic be translucent. And this is her time for cooking. First time cooking. So we're having a good time.
First, we cut the carrots into small little pieces because it said dice the carrots. And then we did the zucchini next since that was the second step. And then we had to quickly do the green beans and then pour them all together. And I kind of did this to mix them up. And now we're going to pour them into the soup.
You are what you eat. And the kids went through all the different colors of and then they talked about what the benefits of the different healthy, all the different colors. White, red, orange, green, and purple, and how they all help you in your body.
Each group prepared their own version of minestrone soup while also waiting for the healthy veggie muffins that were to be shared amongst everyone. Staff members worked together to create a menu that would be pleasant for all those in attendance. They even created a special dessert. The menu also included a ginger and hyssop tea.
And intestinal problems, including liver and gallbladder and respiratory problems. So if you have a cough or a common cold or sore throat or asthma, hyssop tea is really good to drink. Yep, hot or cold anyway. And so the ginger, lemon ginger helps with motion sickness, nausea, blood pressure, pain, and inflammation. And it has cancer-fighting properties. So These are both caffeine free, so we mixed them together. We added lemon to them and ice, and so it's a refreshing drink and it gives you health benefits.
The class concluded with everyone sharing a meal together and also receiving a lovely door prize incentive. For more information about upcoming classes, contact the MHA Diabetes Center.
My name's Kenny Barrios. I'm a cultural liaison for the Santa Rosa Rancheria Tachioca tribe. I'm also a tribal member. January we had a little bit of rain come, and when that little bit of rain came, it brought a lot more rain, and all that water cleansed the whole valley.
My name's Robert Jeff. I'm the vice chairman of the Santa Rosa Rancheria Tachioca tribe. Oh, July was a big time for our people. The land started flooding again. You know, Creator blessed us with enough water to refill a portion of the Tulare Lake. You know, when we think about that lake and what that lake provided for us, it provided everything. So when that lake was taken away and we were dependent on the government, we started getting all these sicknesses that came along with it. So we were being rationed food that wasn't good for us. We were given land that we couldn't even farm on. You know, so there was a lot of things that happened to our people that a lot of people don't understand or they don't even want to hear about because it's hard to hear.
We are Yokatspa-Ashi. We are the Tulare Lake people. We are Tatsai. We are the mud ducks. We named ourselves after the mud duck because every year all the birds would fly south for the winter and the mud duck would stay here with the water, with the lake.
Oh, the lake's being separated by all the dams that they have up into the mountains here in the Central Valley. We got to remove those dams. We got to get people to think a little bit differently about their approach and how they want to live out here in this valley. If we keep going down the path that we're going on, I mean, all of us are going to have to eventually pack up and leave this area because the aquifers are being contaminated, the land's being contaminated, the air's being contaminated, and the worst part is that water that we all need to survive is being contaminated as well. I mean, opening up the basin is going to allow for that flood to come back down into the valley and spread its medicine all over the land. And if we get enough water, that water would overflow and head back out into the delta. And what we need to happen here in the valley today is for that flood and flow to happen again.
This air needs this water. You know, without the water in the air, then people start getting sick, allergies. We have a thing in the ground, it's called valley fever. You know, and that right there comes up out of the ground if the ground's too dry all the time. You know, and that's why all this water is back because of all the prayers that were asked. You know, everybody was asking for water. You gotta watch out what we ask for. Us as Native people, we don't take more than what we need. It takes years and years for this water to go back down into the ground to replenish the aquifer that has been depleted.
There's enough land out here to farm. There's enough land out here to develop, and there's enough land out here for all of us. You know, when we think about this area and this valley housed the highest concentrations of Native Americans than anywhere in this country of its size, and we never had to farm. What I want to tell the farmers is that let's talk. You know, let's sit down, let's break bread, and let's start getting a better understanding of what life needs to be like here in this valley. It's sad that we have to have a casino over there to take care of our people, but at the same time, we have something to help us take care of our people right now. Now we got health care, we got homes, we got roads, we got food. We want to recreate the environment that was once here, so we're gonna be pumping water back in the slough and we're gonna circulate it through our community. It's hard to look back and think that the tribes don't have the first in time, first and right to this water out here in the valley. And as a tribe, you know, we get water from the last chance ditch. You know, so there's a lot of other people, a lot of other companies, a lot of other entities that are getting this water before even the tribe does. If we all had the lake here for all of us, there's so much benefits to everybody and everything. The aquifers will get better, the air will get better, we'll get more rain. We're going to continue to pray, we're going to continue to sing, we're going to continue to dance. but we're going to continue to get out there into the communities and talk to our people about our opinions of this situation.
Ma